Now we wait.
There we go.
Hey. It's always better to watch a countdown than just watch a stream waiting for something to happen.
So, welcome to the first official race. I'm sorry if we weren't going into deeply with chat at the moment. We're still setting things up and everything. My name is Bamboo Shadowed. I'm joined by my fellow speedrun colleague Dragon CO. I'm very glad to have you tonight, Dragon. And we're looking forward for an exciting race between our two only French runners tonight for this group phase race of LEDX No Scoops. So let's talk a little about the category. If you're gonna help me out there, Dragon.
Yeah, sure. Scoop actually stands for no saving quit, no wrong warps, and no out of bounds. So let's start with saving quitting. We're not allowed to saving quit in this category, which allows for a few things. It's, of course, you can't save and quit warp to certain places, so it's slightly slower there. But also, it allows you to manipulate a drop from enemies called Piece of Power, which can help you a lot during dungeons because it actually speeds up your movement. So runners are going to try to manipulate that. Then we have no wrong warp. You're not allowed to take a warp to an unintended location.
Well, developer, not unintended location. We have to say that to a developer, non-unintended location, because
if
who knows what the hell? Yeah.
Who knows what those caves are in Telltale Heights where you can't even get to in
the
normal game.
That's what I'm saying here.
The most common example for that is Doghouse.
Yeah. For those of you who are probably a little more familiar with this speed game, we got a little doghouse in the village where Link is gonna spawn, and if you enter, you can enter it upside down if you use a trick called wall clipping, and then the game is just teleporting you to weird places. And that is also the reason why the true any percent category of this game only lasts for like 5 minutes. And it's very glitchy and, well, I guess not that enjoyable when it comes to a race where you still want to recognize the intended gameplay of the game itself. So that's why our main category is any percent no scoop. Well, no wrong warp, no out of bounds. Bans the major glitches, you could say. And we got the first trick coming up, Moblin Skip.
Oh, we already saw Log House. Log Cave was already interesting. So with this Moblin, you actually want to manipulate him shooting an arrow, damage boosting you over the pits, allowing you to take this sequence breakout to the tail key without having to trigger Terran in the forest, which you can see over on aulos' screen.
Both of these runners having really good Moblin skips, I would say. And you could also see on aulos' screen he was performing something called owl skip with a perfectly timed pause buffer. You can skip the owl text, so that's what we call owl skip. Also, we have to excuse this aulos original stream feed. His audio seems to be a bit shaky, so this isn't actually a problem with the restream. It's just like his original quality of the game. I don't know, maybe his capture card is freaking out a little bit.
Trending game is really important. If you miss it, you lose like 5 to 10 seconds, probably closer to 10. So you definitely want to grab that powder. Because we sequence broke to the tail key, we don't have powder yet, and we actually need it for Dungeon 2, so it's really handy to grab it right here on the way while you are shopping anyways.
And on our screen we have something called shoplifting, which is an intended part of the game, which you can only perform after you get the sword, if I recall correctly, but then you can just steal everything from the shop bottom side. The shopkeeper kills you once you re-enter the shop.
Yeah, rip the perfect ending right there.
Yeah.
Both players dying.
So this isn't deathless, but on the other hand, they can get bombs and arrow, the bow and arrow, which we see on aulos' screen right there at a very early state.
Yeah. You also saw aulos pulling up his save and quit menu when he bought the bombs. This allows him to skip the text from the shopkeep. Ooh, Cravone actually getting caught there. That's unfortunate. But
aulos
yeah,
have a pretty solid run so far. Like, Because like the thing you saw earlier in the forest, the Moblin skip is usually a heavy reset point. Because it can take you just 30 seconds or more if the Moblin just doesn't cooperate with you.
Yeah. So this is also the part where runners will start killing enemies in order to manipulate their item drops later in the game. So you will see both runners killing seemingly random enemies in order to manipulate their kill count far enough so they get drops in the most efficient places throughout the run. The reason it only starts from that point onwards, is a death resets your kill count, so it only counts from the shop onwards. Whoa, exo boost.
Aulos going for the exo boost right there. That's sweet.
Nice.
It's actually pretty risky, high risk, how you call it? Yeah, high risk, high reward thing, or more like high risk, low reward thing.
Damn. So
oh my god, Aulos pulling off a perfect strat here. You have to bonk those pea heads. What are they called? Spiky beetles.
Spiky beetles.
Yeah, over with your shield, so they drop
beetles
on the bottom side, and you can either slash them with a spin slash like Cravone did, or bump them into the pit. Really great speed tag, what we're seeing here at Aulos' screen.
Not going for the second exo boost though. Oh, I'm disappointed.
Well, the sort of weaker version of it.
Yeah.
And they're both having the most important, you could say most important item of the speedrun, which is actually the feather, which allows us to do something called super jumping coming right up.
You also see them jumping diagonally a lot, if they can, because you don't... While you walk diagonally, you lose your momentum speed. But when you jump diagonally, it acts like you are moving left and up or any direction at the same time. So you keep the same speed you would normally have. Holy chest turn. That was sexy.
The chest turn on. Not going into deeply about the little details, but the insiders will get a kick out of this maybe.
A chest turn is a frame per trick.
Yeah. That doesn't save anything at all. You can also see jumping once they enter a room to save a few frames you lose because of a door lag. Because every time you enter a room, the game lags and also stops Link's movement. We got the final boss here in Dungeon 1, the Moldorm. Great show there by Aulos. Pretty solid standard fight, yeah. And also on Cravone here entering this one. We got a reappearance from A Link to the Past. And yes, this Mordorm in this game is also as annoying as in A Link to the Past, if you're wondering. Yes is the answer. Yeah, Aulos doing a great show so far. But
yeah,
both having sub
making any major mistakes.
Yeah. Cravone playing a little bit more safe. He did like some of the super jumps with his sword. So maybe we should talk just a second about super jumps. What you do there is you clip into the wall for like 1 to 3 pixels. And that way, when you jump and do a certain combination of inputs, you can trick the game into thinking that you're standing on a higher layer than you're supposed to. And that way you can jump off the wall and surpass some obstacles like key blocks or just like normal blocks who are in your way. We will use that extensively to go very quickly through most of the dungeons here. Oh my god, Aulos picking up.
And that's one of the item drops that enemies can drop depending on your kill count. That's the Guardian Acorn. The Guardian Acorn actually increases your defense, so to speak. You take less damage from enemies. But it doesn't make you move any faster, so it's useless in the speedrun. So you generally want to avoid it. I'm not really that sure about both players, their kill counts. They usually use the forest to get their kill counts back up, but I'm not really sure if they are on pace for a good Dungeon 2 piece of power.
Yeah, actually, Guardian... Sorry.
Clean Moblin King fight there, 2 cycles, what you want.
Actually, Guardian Acorn doesn't make you take half damage. Well, most of the time you would think it makes you take half damage, but Technically, what it does, it subtracts half and heart of the damage that you take, and you lose it after you crash 3 times into enemies. Same thing goes for the piece of power. After 3 consecutive hits, you lose your power up again, or once you enter or leave an area, you could say, like a dungeon. And that is why they killed certain enemies to get the piece of power right here, and Aulos got the perfect drop right here. So he's having the piece of power right at the entrance of D2, and he also could pick up a piece of power while doing a menu, and that saves another 2 seconds because he could combine his menuing, which takes like 2 seconds every time where you have to switch items, with a picking up text which appears with a piece of power.
We also totally missed both flock clips from Aulos and Cravone taking a quick shortcut to Dungeon 2 after Powwow by clipping into the block and using the text box to get an extra pixel clip into the wall, allowing you to surpass that block. We'll see that coming back a few times later in the run too.
Yeah, maybe we can see out for it in Dungeon 3. We got the Dungeon 2 mini-boss, which is called Hinox, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, Hinox.
Hinox, yeah. You have to like hit him 4 times with your sword while you have a piece of power, and it's like the easiest fight ever. Which also shows you how mighty and OP the piece of power is, especially in the early part of the game.
Yeah, and we see that Cravone actually did not get his piece of power.
So he has to do the backup
he should have got it optimally. The thing about piece of power is it can drop on mini bosses, so it might not drop at all anymore.
Yeah. And on the other hand, it will not give that much of an advantage if you pick it up later in the dungeon.
Aulos is blasting through this dungeon.
Having a really solid fight so far, yeah.
Yeah.
You could also say that, like, once you're familiar with the speedrun itself, it's not too hard, you would say. But really the major thing in Link's Awakening, the X speedruns, is just to perform well or perfectly if you want to go really fast. What we have here on Cravone's screen, which we had on Aulos' screen earlier, you have to kill those enemies in a certain order. First the bunny, then the bat, and then the skeleton warrior to make the chest appear, which contains the nightmare key.
Can you get the quick kill?
Sweet quick kill by Aulos. So maybe you want to explain that, Dragon?
Yeah, sure. Normally, Genie in a bottle requires you to throw his bottle against the wall 3 times, but with a wall clip on the top wall, he actually gets stuck in the top wall, allowing you to break his bottle in 1 throw. And then with a well-timed bomb and bomb arrow, you can actually deal just enough damage to kill him in 1 cycle. So that's a really fast way to make use of the bomb arrows, which you get early from the shop.
Yeah, also the game doesn't expect you to have, I guess, neither arrows nor bombs at this point of the game. And the major trick in this being, again, wall clipping. Wall clipping is the tech that allows us to do super jump. It's also the tech that is behind that quick kill. So you could really say that wall clipping is like the major game breaker in this category, just because it allows us to do so many things, as well as the flock clips, which we didn't talk about earlier, but we will again in Dungeon 3. But first we got on Aulos' screen coming up a very, I don't know how to say this. A trick which we are still not sure whether it's out of bounds or not.
It's frame rule, that's all you need to know. Don't even talk about it.
Basically, what you heard on Aulos' screen right now was the falling into the pit sound. No, not that one, the one before. And what that does is, if you're standing at the bottom of the screen, standing on the pit, like you saw, it's not like in the Link to the Past. In Link to the Past, if you drop into the pit, you get sucked in by the pit immediately. In this game, you can still like wiggle a little bit, like jump around a little bit before you get sucked into the pit and drop down all the way. And we use that to do a series of pause buffers, waiting for the dropping down sound. And when the game wants to drop you down the pit, it actually also boosts you down 1 pixel. And that way you're like sort of standing on the menu below, and that way you can screen transition into the small garden there, which which lets us skip a huge side quest. That side quest being going into the castle. What is it called? The castle?
Canalet Castle.
Canalet Castle. Yeah, you have to collect 5 leaves and then turn them into Richard, and it's very lengthy and very annoying.
And we don't see Kiki the monkey.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate. Kiki is cool. It's also the reason we can keep Bow Wow, because as you noticed, we don't return Bow Wow. We keep him all the way.
And on the screen, sorry?
Yeah, go ahead.
On all the screen, we see perfectly timed the next piece of power. And another thing, a very precise super jump we call the Dongo. Skip the Dongo being the next mini-boss. And he getting it first try. Nice. Yeah, what you saw there for a little bit, the 2 black snakes, those are actually called the Dongos.
That frame perfect pause menu, what the hell?
Aulos is just like, he's rambling, man. He really wants this. Going in for the new speed tag there. And yeah, with that super jump you saw on Aulos' screen, you can skip the D3 mini-boss entirely, which is like a new round we found maybe 3 or 4 months ago. Shoutouts to Spice Father. But you have to do it twice, and he got it both times perfectly. The downside is, if you perform it badly, you can get stuck into those blocks. And he just did it perfectly both times. Having a little trouble with movement here, but shouldn't be too bad. Still on a very good pace for this.
They are confusion. They are actually called the Dongo Snakes, but we call them the Dongos for short, because there aren't any Dodongos in this game.
Cravone having a little trouble here with the acorn drop. And not getting piece of power. His piece of power outing seems to be fucked up, or seems to be messed up right now. On the other hand, we see Aulos with a... Oh my god, Cravone soft locked. Okay. So what we see on Cravone is the downside of this skip. He can actually save and quit to free himself. And yeah, that way he can continue the race. Didn't know exactly if he was like sure whether we can do this. Dragon is taking care of that now in SRL chat, and that's like the thing with our category. We have as you saw, it's no save and quit, this category, but especially for the tournament, of course, and for the race, for the sake of the race, I want to say you're not allowed to save and quit. Of course, this would have been a soft lock and the race would have been over. So with that in mind, we did some adapted rules for races in general. Same thing we did for our race at SGDQ. Where you are allowed to save and quit to free yourself. As a penalty, you have to get back to the room where you did the save and quit. So you can't use save and quit to emulate a death warp or like a warp where you use save and quit. You know, like because oh my god,
the music,
nice. Getting the Marin song. So I guess I shouldn't. Yeah, guess I shouldn't be talking too much about the save and quit stuff. You'll figure it out.
This is the first like big bomb trigger in the run. Bomb triggers allow you to trigger cutscenes by dropping a bomb before and after a transition really close to each other. You magically make cutscenes happen, and it's really useful.
I heard like. I guess Sorlax's explanation was to it. So, basically, if you drop 2 bombs on the same screen, the game code tells the game to do everything, and that is also trigger cutscenes. And Yeah, because like actually we're not intended to have 2 bombs on the same screen at a time. Might be a thing in Link to the Past. In this game, we're only allowed to have 1 bomb per screen. And yeah, dropping the bomb during the screen transition, that just makes the game freak out and play out random cutscenes. Not random cutscenes, the cutscenes that are happening in the screen itself.
There were a lot of stuff happening there. Cravone had a lot of trouble with this second dongle jump. Well, aulos made quick work of Land Molas before he even spawns. You can his sprite is on the screen already, so you can fire 2 well-placed arrows into his invisible sprite and kill him before he spawns.
Yeah, well, we can go through this when we see it on Cravone's screen again, because right now on aulos' screen he's still in the lead. He's just making his way to Dungeon 4, taking a very interesting route here.
Nice
oh my
bonk.
god, the bonk! What the hell? I never saw that strat. That's sweet. Some sweet text, speed text stuff right there. Don't know if that's faster though. We should like retime it, I guess.
It's tricky.
Yeah, really. All is showing here great movement on the way to D4. And I'm not forgetting to unlock D4. It's a bit of a detour, but you have to take it.
This is also the section for aulos where Bow Wow is gonna eat somewhere between 0 and 10 enemies. So this is the part where your piece of power routing comes into play. You want to make sure you have the most odds of getting your piece of power in the correct place. So you have to play it a little safe there.
For those of you just tuning in LADX, Link's Awakening DX, we have a power-up dropping after you killed 30 enemies consecutively, and we're getting the obstacle skip number 1, bringing in the hype from aulos.
Not bringing in the hype for me.
There are some players like Dragon who like to skip it. It says like a quarter of a second, but we like to hype it a lot.
I get more hyped by chest turns. That's way more hype.
And right now on Cravone's screen, we got the bomb trigger again. So what he wants to do, he's standing going for an interesting walrus skip here. I hope
if you
it's
manipulate his pixel correctly.
Oh yeah, I hope so. So you saw him dropping a bomb there, then pausing the menu and leaving the screen, and that way he sort of dropped 2 bombs in the same screen, or like sort of in between the screen transition. And that made the walrus cutscene play. And he did it. Sweet.
Nice.
What you cannot realize right now is in Cravone's screen, actually all his keys are locked except for the directional buttons. So because the game tells him you're still in cutscene, you're not allowed to use your buttons. So he's entering that cave there and leaving it again to now he can bring up his menu again and the game gets back his functionality. And doing a very quick kill on that mini boss right there, which is going to drop the Dungeon 4 key. So that is what was going on there. And almost just finishing the D4 mini boss. Oh my god, he did the jump there. I thought he was dropping down, for sure.
You have like a frame to jump off. It really is frame perfect.
Yeah. That was some great play by Cravone right there.
You have to get lucky there or you fall in the pit.
Oh yeah. He still wants this, man. He's gonna... He's gonna bring it back for this race. And aulos just leaving Dungeon 4 after getting the flippers. That is because if we finish Dungeon 4 in one go, we actually have to deal with a ghost that is appearing after we finish Dungeon 4, and that is another huge side quest which can be skipped with finishing Dungeon 4 a little bit later in the game. That way the weird ghost will not appear after we finish Dungeon 4, and that way we can finish the game without the side quest.
Yeah, the side quest is really long. You have to take him to his house next to Catfish Mall, basically.
Yeah, and down at the beach.
Bring him back to the town, to the graveyard.
And then go to Dungeon 5 again.
Yeah, that takes like 2 minutes, so it's way faster to split Dungeon 4 up into
Almost being already in Dungeon 5, having a perfect piece of power drop here again. This is the room where you want to have the drop. And making his way further in Dungeon 5, which is probably the longest dungeon. It takes about like a little bit more than 5 minutes if you play it perfectly. And we get lots of annoying war enemies like those Stealthus guys and Helmosaurs.
Yeah, especially the Helmosaurs can be tricky.
Oh yeah. But aulos making his way through here, no problem.
On his way to the first of 4.
Doing
Master
some
Stealthus.
interesting strat with Master Stealthus here.
He has to save arrows, yeah, a little bit.
Oh, okay.
He has enough, but it's always nice to have a few extra arrows in the run.
And Cravone aligning for the second of 4 total obstacle skips tonight. Yo! Bringing in the hype.
So yeah, you see Aulos going for a different strat on the second fight, because the second and third fight of Master Stealthus require you to only hit him 2 times instead of 3. So you can do a different strat in order to save arrows.
We have to sort of chase this guy, the mini-boss, one of the mini-bosses, you have to say, around Dungeon 5, and after we killed him 4 times in a row, then he gets us, we're getting the hook shot. You can also see this is one of the many cameos in this game, and you got this guy already in Link to the Past. Like, I guess the original LA was published in 93?
I'm not sure actually.
I guess it was 93, and then it was like
Yeah,
1 or 2 years after A Link to the Past. Because
Yeah,
like
that's
you
what I
see
know.
Goombas there, we got other cameos, we see Kirby later in the game. Aulos doing a precise jump here.
And a precise chest turn.
And a precise chest turn. Saving them frames. To get the Nightmare Key a little bit earlier than what we are normally supposed to. That way he doesn't have to come back to that screen later with a hook shot. Also seeing some interesting speed tech there, wall clipping there at the top wall.
If you get hit, it sucks for your piece of power. Because if you get hit 3 times, you lose it, of course. So you have to be careful with it.
I actually never saw that. Seems some very interesting tech here.
Yeah, there is his third hit.
Yeah. So Aulos took 3 consecutive hits and lost his piece of power. Shouldn't matter too much since he's still got like maybe 1 minute ahead of him. So it's not the best way where you want to lose your piece of power. And he's actually fighting Master Stealthus the 4th time. So this time he will drop the hook shot. And he still has lots of arrows, so he should be totally fine.
Yeah, exactly.
In the meantime, Cravone making his way to Dungeon 5, also leaving Dungeon 4 unfinished.
He's probably gonna get his piece of power halfway through the dungeon because it dropped slightly before Dungeon 4.
Yeah. I also guess the Japanese A Link to the Past was 91, and I guess the worldwide release was 92. And if I recall correctly, this is only second-hand information I have here. Like, this game was some sort of joke when they started out, and like one of the sort of a joke from Nintendo developers just playing around with something, but then they said, "Oh my God, this could have potential," and they made the full game out of it. And I'm so glad they did because it's a great game.
It definitely is interesting. Like Fiesel just said in the chat, it used to be like a prototype for a Link to the Past port, but it turned out something way different in the end.
Oh, okay. Aulos just has to make sure here that he doesn't die to the boss. The boss shouldn't be too challenging, but if it goes badly, he can die easily in here. So I hope he's gonna play it all right. You have to pull him out of his hole and hit him 8 times in a row, getting a good pattern. Having a 2-cycle, that's the best way you can do it. Aulos really pulling off a great show here.
You can see on Cravone's screen, there's an alternate way to deal with the Helmosaurus by getting the powder. It's a
Actually
little bit
making
slower.
use of the powder one more time. Like,
Yeah.
it's really frustrating because we only have to use the powder for the entrance of Dungeon 2. This is really the only time in the speed route. So,
And it's the backup for the final fight.
oh yeah, the backup. Yeah. So, to all of you glitch hunters out there, if you actually find a way to go through Dungeon 2 without having to have the powder, you're welcome.
In a no whoop setting, please.
Yeah.
I would appreciate that. I really wonder where Cravone's piece of power is gonna drop.
Yeah.
You might still get it before the Bosky.
I also think it would still make a difference if he would get it right now. Maybe it will be dropping more from one of the enemies on his way to Master Stealth as number 3.
It's definitely gonna help for the Bosky jump coming up later, and that makes it way easier.
It's a little bit easier with Piece of Power, but you can also, if you know what to do, you can also get it without that. Aulos is on PB pace. How about that, man? I would also have to say Aulos is usually in... Oh, there's Cravone's Piece of Power. Nice. I also have to say Aulos is usually a speedrunner of the original Link's Awakening, the non-color version. Which allows saving and quitting. So it's really a difference for him.
He also had world record for no whoop for like 3 months.
Oh yeah.
That was actually like the first real no whoop record that was actually arguably on similar skill level of the no scoop world record at the time. It saved like a minute on that, so
I guess this was before my time.
Yeah. It's like the first real different run, I guess, since Leon, I think.
Cravone being here with the Piece of Power, doing also the Nightmare Key skip and getting it second try. This is great. And yeah, once again, I guess the original Link's Awakening was released in 93, and this was the remake released in 98, I guess. And you would think it's the same game, except for the colors, but yeah, there are actually a few differences. You got the additional dungeon and additional tunic. Aulos having no problem with the Sorlex jump here, sweet.
We're gonna see something really interesting on Aulos' screen now.
Yeah, what the fuck was that?
That was Bow Wow, and Bow Wow was really hungry, and he ate the cutscene. It's really interesting.
Yeah, another interesting technique of the game is, yeah, well, first time we should say that you're not supposed to have the Bow Wow at this part of the run. But since we skipped the Dungeon Free, the Enter Dungeon Free side quest, we still have him with us. And we can actually utilize that guy because the game handles the cutscene that is playing once you enter a dungeon, like sort of as a sprite. Maybe sort of like a sprite which can be eaten by Bow Wow, or like maybe also be slain by Link's sword. I don't know, because like Link is frozen in the cutscene. Maybe he could also like kill the cutscene with a sword, but yeah, since the cutscene is playing, he is frozen with his controls. Bow Wow can move though, and he can eat the sprite that is actually, performing the cutscene in that case. And by leaving and re-entering the screen, the cutscene finished playing, and there we go. Got like a neat 4 to 5 second time save with entering the dungeon. Gonna see that one more time with entering D7, hopefully.
Aulos did have a little bit of trouble at the start of D6, missing his bomb on the whiz ropes, but he played it safe and grabbed the hook shot and bombs, stunning the whiz ropes to get an easy kill off them.
Yeah. Also, what we see on Aulos' screen right there, this is not good positioning. So the reason he's not getting hit from that tiles is not because he's like positioned in a particular manner in that room. It's simply the fact that, and once again, this game is really broken. If you hookshot into an object twice in a row, then it actually gives you invincibility. It's that simple.
It leaves when you leave the screen or hookshot again though.
Oh, when you leave the screen, it's okay. It wears off.
Yeah, so you can't take it all the way with you.
Okay. On Aulos' screen, we see another huge skip, doing a super jump there to get up to the Nightmare Key. And now performing the floor clip. Getting the good sub-pixels here.
Is the tricky one though.
Oh yeah.
You have 3 pixels to stand on, vertically wise.
Getting
to make
it
that
without a problem, nice. Another screen where you can easily soft lock. Aulos making this looking very easy right here.
And could actually fight the boss, that would help him a lot.
Aulos having a little trouble where to go here after leaving that staircase. And having to deal with those horse heads, those can be really annoying. You have to drop them, they have a chance of standing up 50-50. And getting really bad RNG here. Oh my god.
13,
oh my god.
13th, right.
Did you count along? Oh my god, that was
counted.
so bad RNG.
Cravone is not having a good wall snake fight. He's not getting all the hits in. There it is, nice.
Nice. Having a little trouble.
There.
I guess
really
Cravone, yeah, like you don't want to fight that boss with one heart. Like he can give you the bad pattern and just come out of his cave hole and just like be bad.
Opposite to Wall Snake, Passat is actually almost a joke.
Oh my god, that boss is so simple.
Especially once you know you can actually drop bombs on his face before he even spawns.
Oh yeah. Usually the tiles are flying at you and then like there's a second phase where there are holes appearing in the room, you can drop in them and it's getting a bit messy. It's not too difficult doing this boss casually, but with a speed strat it's so much more easy. It's so much easier.
I mean, even as a casual, you can figure that out pretty easily yourself.
And getting the most important instrument here, being the triangle. Actually, we didn't talk about the instruments. Yeah, we have to collect all the 8 instruments of the bosses. Always having a nice bomb trigger here on the owl, skipping the flying in and out animation of the owl. Saves like 3 seconds. And since there's no, let's say, category rule adjacent way to go into the Windfish Egg early, we still have to collect all instruments, which is kind of nice because it makes this sort of the all dungeons category. And even though we skip huge parts of the dungeons, you can still recognize like this sort of gameplay you would see as like in a casual playthrough, which makes this category my favorite category.
Especially with the casual dungeon order.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not too hyped for that though, but ooh, Cravone having a piece of power drop there on the way to the mini boss. While we use bootstraps, I guess we didn't talk about that.
He's gonna use Feather.
Oh my god, going for the slow strats here. I'm gonna give him a hard time for that later.
I mean, he has a lot of trouble with bootstraps, so I definitely don't blame him. This is way more consistent. If you don't screw up. Okay, there you go.
Oh, another nice super jump coming here at Aulos. He's clipped into the left wall and doing the super jump that he can trick the game in getting into a higher layer, plus clinking of the P-head, which gives him a downwards boost, giving him no problem getting the Nightmare Key early. Oh yeah, we should totally have Bow Wow eat the Windfish Egg cutscene. That would be amazing. I guess the
I-
problem being there. Sorry.
Yeah, I think it could work actually. But
It could work,
do have
but actually the same thing is the problem with the Dungeon 4 cutscene. We were also trying to figure out whether Bow Wow could eat the Dungeon 4 cutscene. And the
You can
problem
eat it.
is, I guess, just the sprite is located too far away for Bow Wow to reach it. And I guess it's the same thing with the Windfish Egg cutscene. If the Windfish Egg cutscene would, like, if the sprite of the Windfish Egg cutscene would be located a little lower, I guess actually Bow Wow could eat it. How did defeating the anglerfish look so easy, Bragancio?
Because we use bomb arrows, and
Oh
bomb
my
arrows are
God.
overpowered in this game.
I like Smash 007's answer, TAS. So that was the second part of Dungeon 4. Now the ghost cutscene can't appear anymore because having bracelet number 2, the item we picked up in Dungeon 6, actually makes the ghost trigger go away for some weird reason.
Even if we didn't have the blue bracelet, we don't go low enough on the
make a
map for the
difference,
ghost to
yeah.
spawn.
Yeah.
So it doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
But it's nice.
A nice little speed tech detail right here. Being revealed on speed gaming. Bring the knowledge to the people. Oh my
Please,
god, Cravone.
don't die.
Yeah, having a real hard time here. Going with half a heart through this dungeon. Also, if you were wondering why he was standing so close to this bomb.
Obstacle skip.
Oh, nice. 3 out of 4 so far. Sweet. Bringing in the hype. Also, if you were wondering, we can actually stand as close to bombs in this game as we want. This is probably one of the only... I guess, is it the only Zelda game? I guess, but it's the one Zelda game. It was one of these Zelda games. I'm not sure what I'm talking here. But you don't get hurt by your own bombs. That's what I want to say here.
I don't know Zelda games enough.
Yeah, me neither. We got a thing called Rooster Skip coming out at Aulos Scream. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Perfect Rooster Skip right there. So maybe you want to help me out with this dragon.
It's a frame perfect trick. Once the hookshot retracts into Link, it acts like you are on solid ground, so you have 1 frame to jump. And you can use that frame to jump across the big gap of pits, making you skip the rooster.
Yeah, it was a great Rooster Skip right there. Like, we can see it way worse. Maybe later in my race with Happy with Sugar. Yeah, but actually double frame perfect trick. Performed perfectly by Aulos here. Aulos putting up a really great show. I guess he can actually PB by a lot if he doesn't get bad final boss RNG. Yeah, why again is this called Rooster Skip? Usually you're supposed to have to usually you're supposed to collect song number 3. No, get the ocarina. We didn't even get the ocarina, man. Usually I have to get the ocarina, collect 300 rupees, get song 3 for the ocarina. No, by the way, there was the cutscene eat by Bow Wow for entering Dungeon 7. And then we have to revive the rooster, go with him all the way to the top into this cave and get the key for Dungeon 7 that way. Another huge side quest skip. I don't know, it should save like 5 minutes of gameplay or so.
Definitely. Of all the uses of the ocarina that you need it for, it saves a ton of time.
Oh yeah. And yeah, you could call it really the hardest trick in this game. This
So
is...
D7 is
Oh my god. So
pretty
broken.
broken, apparently, because those pillars drop automatically. Why is that, Bamboo?
Oh my god. By the way, Cravone getting first try horses. Really catching up
Nice.
here. Yeah, once again we use bomb triggers. How could it be else? We use the bombs either on screen transitions or by dropping down 2 pits in between 4 frames. You saw both ways with Aulos here. And that actually makes the pillars go away in no time. And yeah, that way we already got through Dungeon 7 and we can make our way to the final boss. If there only wasn't that damn nightmare key we had to get to the final boss. Damn it. I'm not talking, when I'm saying final boss, I mean the Dungeon 7 boss. But I don't know what Aulos will do about that. Yeah. Seems he's going all in.
He's lining it up for a nice super jump, trying to skip the boss key door there.
Actually, in that screen, you can see the nightmare, the lock on the top left. You can see the lock of the nightmare door. Perfect
nice.
Goomba surf right there. Third try. Good RNG. Making it first try without even getting stuck in the wall. That is some great side quest skip we see there.
Yeah, by jumping on the Goomba, you basically extend your super jump. And in this case, far enough to make it to the top plateau, to the boss.
Some great speed tech found by Black SR. So shoutouts to our buddy Black SR. That was an older version of Goomba Burst.
Yeah. Goomba Surf was already known, but it was really inconsistent.
No, let's call it what it was. It was a damn pain in the ass. Because it was so inconsistent. It was really one of the reasons why you wouldn't run around LA. Because in the original LA you needed that. Getting instrument number 7. I like the instrument name. It's the Organ of Evening Calm. How poetic is that? Shoutouts to the L80X developers. Or like more the guys who had to translate that game to English.
Yeah, they did a decent job, I guess.
Yeah.
Some things aren't that good, but overall, it's not bad.
And also know this is not randomizer for one time. Like, we see this rarely on speed gaming these days, you have to say. You know, you got Super Metroid randomizer, we got Entrance randomizer for Link to the Past, we got, what is it, Open Mode randomizer coming up in fall. So no, this is actually the same seed we're playing here. It's the Japanese 1.0 version of the Game Boy game, The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening DX. But we also got Turtle Rock coming up on aulos the screen right there. And oh my god, that poor girl is stuck on that bridge and aulos is gonna abandon her. That fool. So, back in the day we were skipping that cutscene entirely because we were finishing Dungeon 8 first and then Dungeon 7. But since we're doing the intended dungeon order in this category these days, we don't need to... we need to face that cutscene again. Yeah, with a well-placed, what was it, a dash jump? With a well-placed dash jump, you can actually go below enough so the cutscene with rescuing Marin doesn't trigger. Because if you would trigger it, it would be a mess. Oh man, it would be really messy. That would be a really lengthy cutscene coming up.
Maybe we'll see it in the
then the owl again. Yeah, maybe with Cravone. Also, shoutouts to Cravone. Finishing Anglefish in one go. Perfect fight here. I'm so proud of that guy.
So this is coming up is the second bomb trigger that allows you to skip the ocarina.
Oh my god, always trying to do it the LA way. Oh, that guy. Actually, you can buffer it with a pause menu. He tried to pull it off the cool way, the fast way. Which the guys in Link's Awakening have to do.
It's a really interesting thing that bomb triggers allow you to trigger those cutscenes that you need the ocarina for.
Yeah. Actually, I heard a new fellow speedrunner, P-Dog, talking about that also the 100% category where you get all the songs for the ocarina. You don't use any of the songs except for Mambo, which is the optional song for the ocarina. So finding bomb triggers really made the ocarina obsolete for this category.
Yeah, definitely.
Going for the unclipped chest push here, what the hell? All is really going all in tonight in this race. Picking up some spare parts here, some extra arrows, some extra bombs. Going for... Oh my god.
Close.
Oh my god, going for some speed tech right here. I've never seen in my entire life. What the hell? This almost really wants it.
The room is the door doesn't open until you kill all the enemies, and you can't kill the P-head while he is in the air. But if you are fast enough, you can actually push him into a pit. Because he's still on the ground. There it is.
There it is,
technically.
Oh my
which
god,
allows you to
insane
open the
speed
door really
strats.
quickly.
Insane speed strats by aulos here. I don't know if it's like the LA strats or just aulos. Aulos is a very creative guy when it comes to movement, tech, and stuff with this game. Not skipping Blano though. Shout
You're
out to
not
Blano
allowed to skip Dano in this category.
Cravone facing Rooster Skip right now. I think he will go for a buffered method of Rooster Skip since he's a bit rusty.
Well, you can say that again. He's terribly rusty at any sort of rooster skip, I believe.
Doing the old strats there. Oh, which can... Oh, no, I guess he got it, yeah. He's doing the old thing with the select menu buffering. Not having good RNG here. Yeah, it is. Oh no, didn't work. Shoot. Shoot!
Yeah, with the strat Cravone is using, it's basically RNG.
Yeah.
Depends
Still
on the
working
frame
though.
rate. Yeah.
I mean, that wasn't probably that that faster or slower than the thing we do nowadays. The Sorlex method. Also, we got the Dungeon 4 mini-boss again.
Cravone going back. Or trying to go back, let's keep it at that. For now.
Reverse Rooster Skip hype for no reason. Just for the swagness.
Doing it buffered though, so it's not as swag.
Still getting it though. Shoutouts to Reverse Rooster Skip. This was actually a speed tag we used in the old route. These days it's more of a meme, you can say.
There were only 2 people who used it, I believe, and that's Sorlex and Elfezo. I believe Sorlex actually did it, yeah.
Oh my god.
But Elfezo is the best.
The guy who failed the Rooster Skip 1,000 times did this. Oh my god.
And with a nice super jump, you can jump straight to the boss room in Dungeon 8.
Oh, nice. Aulos having little trouble with this boss because usually he doesn't fight the boss. In LA, you can skip those entirely.
That buffer.
Oh my god. No sense though.
Rip.
Pulling off some very interesting speed tracks here. Speed strats, this Aulos guy. Oh my god, Cravone getting the pop. The piece of power.
I think we're missing something on all of the screen. I'm not really sure what it is. Bamboo Cane. Do you know what it is?
Oh my god. Banned for life. I'm sorry, I was just checking out Aulos' time on the speedrun profile, on the speedrun page, because I wanted to check if he was still on PP page, which he actually is. So we might have a moment here, guys. Yeah. What we were having is a nice little graphic glitch. We're gonna talk about it when we see it at Cravone's screen, hopefully.
And if Cravone doesn't do it, they're both banned.
Yeah.
And we're gonna be sitting here awkwardly trying to commentate on something that's not happening.
Well, let's see about that. And yeah, well, Aulos has picked up the last instrument. He's gonna make his way to the Windfish Egg, where he is supposed to play the Ocarina, but once again we didn't pick up the Ocarina, so we used bomb triggers again. And yeah, can make this happen very easily just with making sure you're standing 0 pixels away from the screen transition. Bring up your pause menu, and we're leaving it just buffer up in bombs, and that way the cutscene gets played. Also make sure to hear out the triangle there. It has its solo. Ding 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 ding.
Nice bomb triggers there. Doing it buffered, playing it safe.
Yeah. Having a little trouble with that super jump.
Yeah, there are several ways to do a super jump, and it's hard to keep them all separated from each other sometimes.
Oh yeah. And yeah, this maze here it's usually different every time. Turns out if you don't read the book in the library where it says where to go in the Windfish Egg, it's always left, left, up, right, right, up, left, up. And that way you get to the Windfish Egg every time. He's gonna mash bombs here to trigger the bomb trigger. Nice. Skipping 10 seconds of text box here. Entering the first phase of the final boss fight.
Yeah. He's trying to get a quick kill here with his sword out, which is based on the frame rule, and he actually got it.
He got it. That's perfect RNG so far. And we see a reappearance of Aghanim. You remember him from A Link to the Past. And yeah, it's equally as worse. It's equal as worse. Oh my god. It's as worse as in A Link to the Past, actually. Because it's just RNG whether he shoots a round ball or a non-reflectable ball.
I'm looking at Cravone. Sorry.
No problem.
He is always having a lot of trouble with Kuma Surf and this PA jump, so I'm really proud of him for actually going for this.
Yeah. One blue ball for aulos right here, still being on PB pace. Getting the stun lock on Moldorm fight here. Great play by aulos. Great play.
Yeah.
Going to the fourth phase, which is Ganon. We got a reappearance of Ganon here. Oh my god, he's actually gonna do it. Finishing the fourth phase. Fifth phase, you just need a spin slash now. Entering the final phase with Devil. You need to shoot 16 arrows into this guy's eye. And when he opens it, it's completely random. So let's see what aulos can do about that. And then we're gonna talk about what's going on Cravone's screen. You can hit him with 4 arrows for each cycle where he opens his eye.
Rip those Goombas.
Really bad RNG there on aulos' screen. Missing one shot there, shouldn't be too bad though. Having the really bad RNG on the Devil fight here. This is very unfortunate with aulos. Open up, man.
Yeah, there it is.
On the last hit. There we go. Sweet. Now he just has to wait for him to fade away. Go up the stairs. Time will be when the screen fades out to white. And now he just has to type done.
He did it though. He got a PB.
Yeah.
Really nice PB though.
I didn't see what was the final time. It was like going away instantly.
57:38.
57:38. That's a PB, man. Congrats for aulos.
Oh god. Ban him. That's my memes.
Nice. The baguette.
Awesome. The fight is there.
Shoutouts to aulos or man. Oh my god, this he actually shows
he did. He did.
The Cravone. Yeah, what we can see on the right screen is actually an old clip of Cravone attempting to fight Anglefish. He must have had a really bad day. I actually love that video. That video is one of the reasons why I run Link's Awakening DX. If you want to find the original YouTube video, you actually have to put in how Cravone speedruns LEDX on YouTube.
If Bamboo doesn't take into account his bomb counts, he's gonna get stuck.
Oh yeah. Oh my god.
No, Bamboo. Yeah, that's
Cravone.
not Cravone.
Oh my god. Going for old school strats here without the mirror shield.
That's not gonna help him out. It's not gonna make it. Because of this attack.
Oh, damn it. Oh, damn it.
It's possible to stay on top.
I don't know.
It is possible because I did it before. But it's really hard. You have to get RNG on his attacks for that.
Oh, I guess he screwed up the fight there.
Yeah.
I actually don't really know what he's doing there because I never been at that part of the fight, you know. Oh, he's trying to save bombs. Okay.
Yeah.
Ah, Jesus.
Yeah, it's really
Dropping
tough.
down again.
Because with bombs and bomb arrows, you only have to hit him 3 times, but the hook shot doesn't deal as much damage as the bomb arrows, so you actually have to kill him. You have to hit him 6 times, which is unfortunately not enough, not fast enough to avoid him going into his attack phase.
Doing the preferred way here, though, and just picking up some extra bombs.
And going back to Dungeon 8, probably.
No, really.
Yes, really.
Oh my god.
You know what that means, Bamboo?
You
know what that means?
You guys gotta do the Dungeon 8 first, and going in for the double wang.
Yeah, that's true, but most importantly, he's gonna do another obstacle skip.
Oh my god, no, is he really? Oh yeah, nice.
He can't go back, so he has to do it.
Backup strats by Cravone here, playing it really safe.
See, in the old route, we actually did D8 before D7, and Luke Marin is not there because we haven't finished Dungeon 7.
That's right, that cutscene is only triggered when you finish Dungeon 7. Also, aulos finishing with a new PB of 57:38, but he kind of forgot to type .don on LiveSplit. Then his SRL time was a 58:26. So once again, thanks for aulos for this great race. I actually didn't think about it. We should ask him to enter us on the voice chat here.
There's actually a pretty good reason for Cravone to go to D8 first, because of the fire rod, which is really helpful on the Evil Eagle fight that he had to leave early.
Should give him no trouble finishing the D7 bots, which, yeah, I guess, like I said, he is a little rusty, and he probably wasn't 100% familiar with the new strats that were found with finishing the boss for Dungeon 7. Yeah, so what we didn't talk about earlier, actually, you can trigger this cutscene with bombs again. You don't need the Ocarina and Song Free. And yeah, turns out the LADX developers forgot to give the head of this mini-boss a hitbox. So yeah, that way you can just walk through it. And also when it comes to D8, you saw Cravone doing a super jump there, which actually skips the entire first part of Dungeon 8. Another huge side quest skip, you could say. Another huge skip in dungeons, only to super jumps. So when super jumps were found, I guess it was like about 2 years ago, we actually made a great difference when it came to this route. And I'm glad to welcome aulos in our voice chat here. Hi aulos, how you doing, man?
I think your mic is not working.
Setting up the mic.
Yep.
So we're gonna come back to aulos later. Having a little technical difficulty right here. Aulos is already finished, that's right. You see the final cutscene there. I actually liked the preceding memes. That was great.
Yeah, we saw Cravone attempting to do a slightly different strat of bumping the Piet into a hole, but he was just a little bit too late for that, I believe. So he missed it. But instead of resetting the room, he decided to wait it out, playing it a little bit safe there.
Playing it like a man. Sticking to his strats. We can see another nice super jump, which skips the search for the switch blocks, which in this dungeon, which is really a big detour you'd have to do. Or is it?
It's not that big.
Oh, okay. I guess it's
can
right
grab-
to the. It's right to the room. No, it's 2 rooms right from this room where Cravone is well, where Cravone
Yeah.
is, right? Ah,
Yeah, exactly. You can grab a key along the way back, I believe,
okay.
which allows you to skip a key later.
Yeah.
It's still slower, but it's not that bad.
So in case you're just joining in, you can see aulos already finished this race with a PB of 57:38, if I recall correctly, and finishing with an SRL time of 58:26. So once again, congratulations to our fellow speedrunner aulos. Great speedrun by him, with lots of interesting speed tech, probably influenced or inspired by the original Link's Awakening. But having a great speedrun here. Pretty good RNG aside from the 13th attempt on the horse heads. That was kind of a bummer. We can also see the dropping into the lava animation used by Cravone there. Once he sees that animation, he gets pushed down by 1 pixel into the wall. That way he's wall clipped to the bottom wall, and you can use the super jump to get to the boss right away, which is Hothead. He's having some weird health mechanic. Can't really find a consistent way to get him in 1 cycle every time. Getting almost the 2 cycle here. Yeah, Brutal Pony, thank you so much. Actually doing a race after this run. So, if you... Yeah, also for... oh my god. And
What's
we
that?
got the Wang Boys. Nice.
That's
Best
graphic.
graphic glitch ever. Yeah, actually what that is, you see if you fire the magic rod, which is like the fire rod, you just can use that to have this sort of funny little graphic glitch, which we like to call Wang Boys. Unfortunately, we don't have the featured Franca faces from Discord's channel. Oh yeah, if you like this speedrun and if you're up for more races, after this race there's another race of Link's Awakening, no Scoop happening, so be sure to stay around for that. It's starting at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and which will be like
20 minutes.
Yeah, like in 20 minutes, yeah.
So it's right after this race, basically.
Yeah, right. I won't be there for commentating. Dragon also not, because I guess you got like real life stuff.
I'm like almost crashing to sleep, but it's fine.
And Cravone also gets himself banned from the community for not attempting the obstacle skip. But we got 4 out of 5 obstacle skips, which is this is pretty neat so far for a race. Also still having a little trouble with the mic setup for his microphone, obviously, so I guess he has to restart Discord.
Cravone is actually going back to Dungeon 7 because he now has the Fire Rod, so he can actually beat Evil Eagle now. After attempting it twice,
And after getting also the
gave up
Nightmare
on
Key.
Yeah, he gave up on the fight and decided to grab the Fire Rod first.
Yeah. Dungeon 7 really turning out as his arch enemy in the speedrun.
It's his arch enemy since forever. Ever since we found Piet Super Jump, it's its arch nemesis.
Oh my god.
Hello, aulos. Is your mic working?
still
No.
having some technical difficulties here. And yeah, also after this, there will be another race from this tournament starting tonight. So this will go on for like the next 2 or 3 months. Hosted by Speed Gaming. Shoutouts to Fiesel and Speed Gaming. This is a great chance for our community to showcase this really fun game. And like this is also a nice game because like there was almost everybody played this game as a child, I guess.
Yeah, the Evil Eagle fight is really tough doing it with bomb strats. Well, with the fire rod, it becomes way easier. You can just
Oh my
spam
god,
your
still having
magic, that's
trouble.
alright.
Oh, Cravone being really rusty. In definitely not his favorite dungeon right here. Spamming fire rod left and right, you can make sure. Hitting him off screen, nice.
I can see a pixel. It's more than 1 pixel also.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like I didn't see it there with the animation.
Yeah, it wasn't there before the text box, but it popped up at the end.
And we're getting no Wang boys. Damn it. But at least we saw one Wang boy tonight. And Cravone using old strats now to get to the Windfish Egg. He got all instruments finally. So after 70 minutes of gameplay, he's gonna make his way to the final boss. Still very quick though. I guess like if you would, we got some glitchless categories. And let's say almost glitchless categories. And it still takes an hour and 20 minutes to go through the game. If you perform it really fast.
So yeah, this is actually the old way to get back to the Windfish Egg. Usually we ended the run in Dungeon 4, but that's no longer the case. But this is the normal way we used to go to the Windfish Egg.
Is glitchless possible in this game? That's a great question there, Rena Kunizaki.
The better question is, can you define glitchless?
Yeah,
that's
the real
question you have to ask yourself.
Yeah, I really couldn't. I actually tried to do a glitchless run once because I was interested in the text boxes, and yeah, but just like not using wall clipping and super jumps, it really feels very unsatisfying.
I made like a list of notes with things that quote unquote break the game, and diagonal jumping is one of them. So yeah, good luck. Good luck with that.
Yeah, diagonal jump really allows us to do some weird stuff. It's also kind of game breaking. So that was the cutscene for the Windfish Egg. Second time tonight. Also for him it will be left, left, up, right, right, up, left, up to go to the final boss. Shoutouts to Standard93 for messing this up while being at ESA Germany 2017.
Didn't you lose a PB in the maze before?
Yeah, I actually did. But it was no boob, so
yeah, okay.
I really didn't care.
Well,
yeah, actually, like, because No Save and Quit is our main category, the category which uses the same rule set but allows saving and quitting is like kind of not that popular, you could say. Oh my god, YOLOing the pixel there. Great play by Cravone. I don't know, he was like having problems with oh yeah. He predicted 0 blue balls and perfect devil. Let's actually see where his PB is on the leaderboards.
108. Is it still 107 that he has? He had a 107 for a long time.
A 105.22, so he's still above
yeah.
that. Already above that, sadly. And let's see if we can get a connection to aulos right now.
There it is.
Yes. Was that 0 blue balls?
Nope.
No. Not yet. Oh.
And he actually gets the quick kill. Nice.
Nice. Yeah, so what you actually do, you try to do a spin slash and then just slash your sword in a specific rhythm to stun lock Moldorm number 2 in his spot. That way you can get rid of him very easily and very quickly. Ganon is just a joke in this game, though, if you compare him to A Link to the Past. And like, these are the nightmares. These are like dreams, A Link's nightmares, the things he's dreaming of, so... There's a reappearance of Ganon. The final boss, Devil, always having real trouble before, so... Let's see how Cravone will get the RNG. You want him to open his eye as quickly as possible, obviously, so you can just fire 4 arrows per cycle, if done well. Aulos having a little trouble with his mic here, so I don't know if he will be able to make it work.
And there it is, the final hits on Devil.
Sweet. Had a little trouble in D7 there, getting soft lock in D3, but aside from that, a great race by Cravone. Being super rusty, of course, and finishing with a final SRL time of 1 hour, 60 minutes, and 40 seconds. Great game by Cravone here. And we also have him in the channel. GG Cravone, man.
Awesome. Mic issues.
Having a little technical difficulties here. We don't have to mod them, do we? I guess not.
I don't think so.
So yeah, that was Cravone versus aulos. Still waiting a few minutes. See, let's if one of the runners can bring up their microphone so we can like just have a little after race chat. I like that very much. Aulos having problem with his mic here. Obviously, for his stream it was working. Doesn't work for Discord for some weird reason. Yeah, but once again, shoutouts to Cravone and aulos. Doing a great race here, especially aulos with being in his first race for the tourney. That was really a great show, aulos. With really some very, very interesting speed strats there I really never saw before, and I'm speedrunning this game since a year or so.
I've pulled in Keratinator in this room and it worked, so it should work for the other people.
You mean the shield boot thing in the 8?
No, I mean Discord being a buzzkill for our runners.
Oh, you mean like with the microphone? Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess aulos is trying to push to talk right now. It doesn't work for some weird reason. Aulos finished with a 57.38, if I recall correctly.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, next on Speed Gaming main channel, we will have another race for the Link's Awakening DX Tournament 2017. No Scoop. It will be Bamboo Shadow versus Happy with Sugar. I'm glad to announce that we will be having Hakua and Alfezo for commentating. There might be a Link to the Past later. I'm not that familiar with the schedule right now.
Cravone is gonna restart his Discord, see if that helps him out there.
I don't think they have to need any certain rights in Discord to be able to use a microphone. I mean, I saw Aulos' symbol light up in Discord.
That's push to talk.
Push to talk probably, yeah, but there wasn't coming anything through, sadly.
Is that working now?
Yes.
Yo,
yes.
Cravone.
So the problem is that when you have any sort of streaming software, Discord has to be opened in administrator.
Yeah, okay.
So aulos has to open it as administrator.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, what do you think about your run, Cravone?
What do you think?
I think it was a nice showcase of everything that can go wrong.
It's a nice showcase of what happens when someone gets tilted when they don't get D2 POP and D3 POP in the right place.
Yeah.
That's what ended my run basically. D2, I don't know where my POP went. I imagine it was probably on Henox or the mob linking, but I thought I overkilled before that. So, and then D3, I know where D3 POP went. It went to a stupid acorn, and I have trouble with Dodongo skip at the best of times. Without POP is so risky. And then from there, because I had to save and quit, basically my POP's gone for D5, so I started overkilling everything.
So, oh my god!
It's working! Aulos, what's up, man? Congrats to your PB, man.
Wow, what a PB!
Man,
Unbelievable! I failed every easy stuff, and I managed to do the hard stuff. Nice PB. Shame PB as always.
I failed the easy stuff and the hard stuff. Yes, I managed to get reverse rooster skip first try. Yeah, nice one, game.
Of course.
You should have utilized that and go to D8 straight away, and then go to D7.
I was considering it, but I was trying to think through my mind. What's my route from D8 to D7? Yeah, I hate the D7 boss with bombs, and against Elfez, I'm definitely using the older route. For me, it saves more time. Put it that way.
So aulos, how many chest turns did you do? Did you count them? Because there were a lot.
I failed every first try chest turn. So every time I failed one, I was like, whatever, I'm just gonna do all the chest turns I can.
Yeah.
But that was a great show, Aulos. There were some strats I never saw before. That was really, really impressive.
Yeah, and I really liked my very beginning, failing the quick sword and stuff. Very nice. I was so stressed out for racing against the Cravone, you know.
The legendary.
Did you have RC open?
Yes. Yeah.
Every time there was downtime, I was tilting in there.
But yeah, I don't know what really happened. But I guess yeah, I don't.
I soft locked on the Dodongo skip due to not having piece of power.
That's why I was thinking.
That was the first bummer, yeah.
But the thing is, with this game and with all speed games, if you fail one thing and it's something major, it weighs on you for the rest of the run, and it's a mark of a really, really good runner if they can actually shake that off. Most runners, if they make a mistake, they'll just tilt and make more and more and more. And I think that's the case with me today.
Yeah, that was kind of the case for me as well. The thing is, it's not with major things. Sorry?
You had a great piece of power out.
Yeah, I didn't get the Dungeon 6 one, but...
that one's quite hard, though.
The most... I was frightened by the Dungeon 5 POP, because when I have the POP in Dungeon 5, I just cannot do the Nightmare Key Jump for some reason, and I got it second try there, so I was kind of happy. It's supposedly easier. It's supposed to be easier, but I'm so bad with the POP everywhere.
Yeah, it's the timing. It's just the timing.
Right. Well, GG, Cravone.
GG aulos,
GG.
great PB. GG Cravone, great play there. Also nice to we saw so many different strats and so many different routes for this race already, so that was very impressive.
Yeah,
And-
think of my run as a very quick let's play.
And also shout outs to Aulus's Finnish video meme collection, whatever that was.
Yeah, that was for Cravone. Shoutouts to you.
Oh no.
You should watch it back.
You know, I have to win against Alfezo because you know the promise I made. Aulos, you have to win against him as well. You know the
Wow.
promise I made if I don't get through this group.
Dude, you put so much pressure on me now. Alright.
So
Yeah.
yeah, thank you guys so much for the great race. I really enjoyed it much. The baguette match in our tourney.
Sure. Thanks a lot thanks a lot to everyone. And
Also shout outs to our French viewers. Maybe you want to say something to them in French.
merci à mes parents, ma mère qui me regarde et qui me soutient depuis que je suis enfant, évidemment. Hein.
Oui.
Dankeschön.
There was something with thanking your parents in there. I guess that was everything I understood. Alors, tous les gens français, bonsoir. And yeah, I was Bamboo Shadow. This was Dragon CO commentating with me. And if you want to stay there for more LEDX action, and you're at the right place, there's going to be another match coming up in 5 minutes. And yeah, also, I guess there's nothing more to say other than we should give it over to our buddies Alfezo and Hakua. Once again, thanks for Speed Gaming, thanks to Fiesel for setting up these great tournaments, for the restream. That was a blast. Thanks again for Dragon CO for sharing the commentators log with me tonight. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, it was really interesting, and good luck on your race soon. So, yeah, hope you do well.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, good luck for both runners incoming.
Thank you so much. I'll see you around.
See ya.
So I guess now is the time we can switch off our commentators. Welcome, Alfezo and Aqua.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, great.
Aqua is having a little bit of Discord issue though. Probably the same issue Cravone had, having to start an administrator or something. I don't know.
Let me go ahead and make sure my stream's working here. Make sure chat can hear me. If you can hear me, chat, say something.
Good feeling.
I think I can leave you two alone there, so have fun commentating.
All right, thanks, Dragon.
Hello, test.
Hey, I can hear you now.
Okay, perfect.
I just got to reopen the commentary stream here.
No, I have it open.
Yeah, mine kind of froze up. It's maybe working now. Maybe not.
Should I open chat or no?
I was going to open chat. Yeah. Talking about them like they're not here.
Are we live?
Yeah, we're live.
Cool.
I'm just working on getting the commentary stream working for me. It kind of starts, but it doesn't. Worst case scenario, I'll just use the actual stream, but I won't have any audio then. Join SRL chat. Sure.
What channel is it?
That's a good question.
Is it SRL K-SUP.
There we go.
That looks
I finally
right.
got this commentary channel working. I see. Do you see sugar and nothing on Bamboo's side for the commentary stream?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
It's just black. Looks like Bamboo is still setting up. Aha, there it is.
Yeah, I got him up here now. Ish. There we go. Yeah, good race by Cravone and Aulos there. PB from Aulos. That was really cool. Got me sweating. They're both in my group.
Oh, really? What was his time?
57:38, I believe.
Oh,
Very respectable, especially in a race.
the boy is back.
I keep thinking, all I gotta do is just get a 57 in these group matches. I'll be fine. And he just popped out a 57, so I might have to step my game
Guess
up.
you're just gonna have to get a 54.
Yeah, well, that'd be good.
Just PB every tournament race, guaranteed to win.
The worst thing is that Alfezo saw it. You know what I saw? I saw your reverse rooster skip, and I was extremely happy with you. You're the winner of this tournament in my mind. Makes my banter, yeah.
Isn't reverse rooster skip slow in this new route?
Yeah, it is. It is. But I have a special affinity for it. I really love it.
Fair enough. Alright, looks like Bamboo just needs to use the restroom real swift before we start here. I did that myself. Pretty good strat if I do say so myself.
Look at the bathroom speedrun strats. I don't know if you went for the hand wash skip, but it's tough.
Oh no, I can never do that. Dude.
Yeah.
That's actually banned.
Okay. Well, it depends on the category, I suppose. One or two. Yeah, reverse rooster skip's not out of bounds. It's just not faster in the new route to do it.
Indeed.
It was theoretically faster in the old route, but it was really tough to get it that fast. Yeah, there is rooster skip. That is out of bounds.
Reverse rooster skip and rooster skip.
Yeah, don't get them confused. RRS and RSS.
RSS feeds?
Right. They're banned. They're out of bounds.
Reverse rooster adventure. Man.
Reverse rooster skip. That would be... I'm not
New
sure
meta.
what that would even be. I guess that's just normal
Alright,
strats.
looks like they're already up.
Looks like
They're
it.
about to go soon.
Wait, how do I... Okay, we're good.
Should I call you El Fizo?
El Fezo, preferably.
Fezo? El Fezo, okay.
And you are
Just need
Hakua, right?
Correct.
All right.
To confirm some pronunciations so I don't...
Yeah. Don't worry, I'll probably say something wrong by the end of the commentary. Almost guaranteed.
Okay, when in doubt, just call me John Smith.
Gotcha. Oh, yeah. Not to be confused with Fiesel.
Alright, so on the left here we have Bamboo with, looks like Akasa. And on the right here, Sugar with ah.
Just the simple ah. I always go for Tashi. It looks like EL for Elfezo.
Got some other files here too. Kasatana and Akasashiji. Don't know what that means.
We'll have to ask him in the post-game interview.
And the bottom file with the 9 rupees, dude. I think he's like trying to manip something here.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. We got some renaming going on over here on the right.
Okay, the countdown has begun. So, here we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Here we have an exciting race between Bamboo Shadow and Happy with Sugar.
All right. Have they started on your screen, or are they still sitting at the file select?
There'll be a little bit of delay.